Choctaw Nation had a completely different approach to romance and marriage, and their traditions date back for thousands of years. So unlike the Greeks, courtship wasn't about the art of the deal, it was about being put to the test, literally.
If a Choctaw boy and a Choctaw girl liked each other and said they wanted to get married, the tribe would take each of them and stick.
Well, one thing you gotta say for the Choctaw, they knew how to get married simply. Or at least that part of the romance was simple. The rest of the ceremony was probably a whole other story. And that's another thing that bugs me. The whole wedding ceremony. I know I'm not supposed to say this because people love getting teary-eyed at them, especially my mom. But if you've seen one standard straight-ahead wedding, well, you've seen them all.
But have you ever asked how the standard straight-ahead wedding ceremony got to be the way it is? I know, I look fabulous. But the point is, if you know where a traditional wedding service came from, the last thing you would ever say is that it's boring. I mean, the bride, the groom, the bridesmaid, the best man, the groomsman, where did all that stuff come from? Well, we're gonna have to go back a bit.
How far back?
Pretend I'm a goth girl, about to marry a goth guy. It's around 800 AD. Let's get the atmosphere right. This is great, isn't it? Now, I bet you're wondering where these guys came from. Believe it or not, today they'd be known as groomsmen. But back in 800 AD, they were nearly the opposite, the bride's knights. Now their job was to escort me, the bride, to the wedding. And make sure that I didn't leave. Not that I have any choice in the matter. I mean, come on. The guys have swords and I've got a bouquet. You do the math.
The groom has arrived! Now I know what you're saying. Sam, you look great, but where's your tux? Well, back in 800 AD, they didn't sport tuxes. They're packing heat. So come on, let's go! Bring on the pain!
Welcome, sports fans, to the official 800 AD wedding, where Sam the groom has moved himself to the bride's left, because you never know when a rival or an angry brother might storm in. You want to keep that sword arm free. And wait, a stranger has broken in. He's come right up the center aisle, and he looks dangerous. The bride has made a sudden deke to the left. A quick escape for her, and a great move. Let's check that one again. Notice the toss. That was a fine toss and a fine deke. Sam, meanwhile, stands his ground in the center aisle to fend off the stranger, and he's gonna need some moves if he's... And it's the heron dance! That's right, Sam's gone into the heron dance, followed by some weird pagan swordsmanship, and let's take a closer look at that. Oh yeah, that's a move that's gonna scare off any serious opponents, and confuse them too, I think. But I think he's gonna need more than that if he's gonna... Uh-oh! Big upset as Sam goes down for the count. Wait, let's see that again. Rewind that and we'll see that it's this under-the-leg sword toss, and that's where he made his mistake. That's the kind of move you have to be right on the money with, or you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. If you're gonna attempt something like that, I say you have to be pretty darn sure you're gonna see it through. Wait, what's this? Sam's best man has appeared, and he's gonna pick up the slack for Sam. And now we're seeing what the role of best man was always all about, being your backup. And he's got that stranger on the run, and it looks like this wedding is back on track.
It's hard to believe, but that's actually the way it was. The groomsmen were really bride's knights, and the best man was really a kind of bodyguard and interference tackler.
Now, while wedding cakes may have been around as far back as Roman times, they haven't always served the same purpose. For instance, these cakes weren't for eating.
I don't like where this is going.
You would hold it over top of the bride.
Hey, I really don't like where this is going.
Then you broke it over her head.
Broke it over her head? You mean like crack it over her skull?
Well, actually, it's more of a crumbling, really. There we go. Yeah, just like, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Yeah. And you heard about throwing rice at the happy couple? Well, another custom held that it was good luck to pelt the bride...
See ya!
...with cake.
And if you think the history of the wedding was crazy, wait till you see how people fell in love in the first place. Now that's really crazy.